What's up, everybody? I wanted to talk about the song Simple by the band Phish today. Not too much going on, but it's a really fun riff to play, and it's a fun one to solo over to when it comes to the jam part. So it starts out on F here. So what's happening here is you got your low F, then an octave above it, right? And then you got your 4, and then your raised 4th or a flat 5, and then your 5, and then jumping up here to your 3, right? So you got so this is a great riff to really work on your right hand picking, right? Because you're picking the low E string, and then you're picking the D string, so you're skipping a string. Then you're coming back to that A string, then you're skipping a string again to get to the G string, then to the D string. So there's a lot going on with that right hand, the picking. Try to alternate your picking. And to really chunk down to exactly what I'm doing is I'm going down on the F and then down again on the F and then down again on the A, but then alternating from there. I guess sometimes I'm coming up to, that's the nice thing about alternating picking, if you get really good and really comfortable at it, which I highly suggest, you start just using it in all different places and patterns and stuff, and you're kind of unaware of when you're going down or up. It just kind of whatever feels natural in the moment. So down, down, down. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing there. And then it shifts to the 4 when it's singing. So it's, we've got it simple, 'cause we've got a band. Right there, it goes to the 4 instead of that 3. And we've got cymbals in the band, then back to that 3. So we've got it simple, 'cause we've got a band. And we've got cymbals in the band. Something like that. It's a tricky one to sing and play, but great to practice that. I always suggest too, do your best to sing on top of playing guitar, because it'll make your playing better, and it's you have to use the left and right brain at the same time to sort of do two different things at once. So it's like really good for you, really challenging, but really good for you to just practice. If it's out of key, that's fine. If it's out of cadence and the rhythm's off, just keep working at it. It'll get more fluid and more natural, more comfortable. And the more you can play this riff without having to think about it, the better. And so if you're thinking about the singing, that means you're not thinking about the riff, and you're able to play it. So it's really good to do those two things together. So that's what happens there. And then when it kind of gets to the chorus, it goes, what is a band, up to the 4 without cymbals, and then it jumps all the way up there. Ooh, and then walks down. Whoops. So it's, what is a band without cymbals? Cymbals are grand. Yeah, so that's a cool kind of walk down thing too. So it's like up, then skip a fret, then come down a half step, then to that G. Cymbals are grand. Pretty cool, tricky little thing, especially if you're singing. So, what is a band without cymbals? Ooh, cymbals are grand. Something like that. Cool, fun little song to play. Great riff for, getting better with your left hand fingering here and your right picking. So, practice that, and then the jam part's great, so it finally comes around and gets to this jam section where it's just this F for 4 bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a B flat, the major 4, another 4 bars. So really pretty, just the 1 to the 4. That Phish, you know, takes their time just opening it up and playing really beautifully on top of. So I made this loop here, and you can kind of see what I'm doing when this is playing. And you know, I'm really thinking, obviously you got this F major. You know, F major. So you're really thinking F major when it's on the F, and you can stay in that F major the whole time. It goes to B there. You know, you can. You can stay in the F major. But I like to sort of think of it as 2 chords, you know, and shifting sort of from that F to a B flat, right? To get the really sort of effective notes, I guess, to where it really sounds like you're switching with the chords, you know? So I'm thinking, you know, B flat there, and then back to F. To your B flat. To your F. Your B flat. And you really want to get more fluid at seeing these chords. Obviously you want to see the chords. You got an F here, you got a B flat here, right? And then developing your scales around it. So those scales I would kind of see as like, you know, I love this box here based around this major bar chord off the low E string, this box here. So it'd be, and then knowing, you know, if you're going to make it major or mixolydian, if it's major, it's going to be just 1 note, you know, half step down the natural 7 below the 1. And then if it's going to be mixolydian, you know, you got your pinky there. Major, mixolydian. Okay, and then this B flat here, I love this chord, and I love to build around it, and mainly you're building around this section here, right? So you got your 1, 2, 3, so that's like, if that was the major scale, it'd be here. You know, that chord there. I usually don't use my pinky up there, but just the 3rd finger. And then I'm really in this box here, right? And then if I have to get to the 1, I usually slide down to there. Sometimes I'll do it with my pinky. And then to the F, back to that. But also when you're up here, right? Where's your next F? Right here. Great chord to kind of know the scale around this one, you know. To the next B flat major, right next to it, right? You know, and then you got that box again. Back to the F. Throw in that, you know, interesting note. Walk it down back to your B. To your F. And so we got up to here, right? We got with the F to your B flat, and then another F here, right? And you got that again, that same box. To your B flat, which is, sorry, right there. So F to B flat. And I really suggest learning these arpeggios too, you know, the arpeggio is kind of around it. So you got that F, you could go. That's kind of the way I see it. and then your B flat. Something like that. Okay, so then from there, right, F to B flat, and then F here to B flat. It starts over. So there's a lot going on. It looks like a lot, and yeah, it's, you know, years and hours of developing this stuff, but man, when you really break it down, like there's just a few formations, you know, like we get really familiar with that you know, low E bar chord, right? Obviously it's like the E major if you're looking at the Cage method, and so, you know, learn that scale based around it, like every which way you can. You know, if you want to do it sort of semi-open, you would have, you know, second finger, you know, keep going. Open scales, I'll admit it, I'm not that great with them. You know, bluegrass players are so good with it. I need to do some more development on it, but you know, I kind of see where it is. I'm just not very fluid and fast with it, but it's great. So learn it like that, you know, or learn it where it's all, you know, all closed, you know, or just sections of it. Whoop. You know, and then learn this one. You know, I would suggest learn with that low E bar chord and building scales off it, you know, and even arpeggios. So pick one way to play it, like I would suggest on that one would be second finger open, third, second, first. You know, that way if you do it in G, it would look like this. I love that arpeggio, it's great. And then learn all the sort of patterns of the scales around it, you know, and then you can kind of jump between the two. So let me just play this chord progression and yeah, you get the idea, you know? I think. just really takes, you know, time practicing these scales and these modes and these arpeggios. But, you know, I highly suggest kind of finding the chords, right? F, B flat, F, B flat, and then developing your scales, your modes, and your arpeggios around those chords. For me, it's been really helpful, and it's sort of very melodical too. You know, if you see the chords, and then those chords are the major triads, so you got the 1, the 3, and the 5 in there, and then you kind of start to see those notes too, the 1, 3, 5, you know, and those are sort of the ones you kind of want to land on, right? So like when it's on F, it can be anywhere, you know, within there, and then when it goes to the B, land on either, you know, the B, you know, or the 3, or the 5, you know. Then it goes to the F, or yeah, I think I mixed that up there. But I think you get the gist of it, you know. Great song, great thing, simple. All right, that's a nice 17-minute video for y'all. Thanks again for watching. Appreciate all the comments. If you got any questions, let me know. I'll do my best to answer them. I hope y'all are doing great. Keep up the good work. Peace.